Alright guys, something a little different today, a skill that I haven't had to pull out of the bag in, 100 years, I don't know, a long time. This is my cutting torch, which is oxyacetylene cutting rig, and I do use this occasionally. But this restaurant that we're doing, really for friends of ours now, we're trying to rig a triple walk burner with like super jet burners on it. But in order to do this, this is the nozzle that the gas comes out of. But we're probably going to have to drill that even bigger. But in order to run new piping to the new burners, this is the fitting he's came up with. We can get compatible threads to. This is some kind of weird something. So I was gonna solder it, and maybe I thought about silver soldering it and using the TIG torch as a heat source, but I thought maybe this might be better, so I ran to the welding store and got some 332 flux coated brazing rod right here. So I took the cutting torch off the rig, which there's your oxygen cutting rig tip, and I put a brazing tip on the end of it. The trick is with oxyacetylene, the acetylene in here is set in liquid acetone, so you want to keep it upright and never run. See this red on the gauge? This is what's in the tank. This is what you're running pressure through this hose. Never let this go into the red. Never let it go above 10 or 12 pounds because it comes unstable. The oxygen is what it is. You can adjust that any way you want to. So we're going to go in this virgin and see if I can do it. I don't know if it's going to work. So we're just going to give her a try. And the neat trick, if you go to play around with this, that's kind of an oxidizing flame. You get it down to, something reasonable, because it's just a little piece. Add a little more oxygen. Right, and the nice thing, when you put this tip on here, reverse it to your knob so you can sit it on a table like that and set it down. So let's see if I can't braze these two fittings together. Let's see if it works. Jury's out on this one. Get it real hot. And I really kind of wish this was, you'll see it almost melt. Uh-oh. So that might not work for me, baby. I might not be able to get the brass might be too. Oh, there we go. Cool down a little bit. Stuff is so thin that take just a little bit of that oxygen out of it. It's pretty hot. Oh.
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 Oh. Scared me.
Little parachuters. The little black parachuters. About made a mess of that thing, didn't I, man?
Yeah.
I guess I could have soldered it. I could have used grade 5 and soldered it. That probably would have been better. Maybe that's what I'll do. I'll do with the next one. Don't have to be pretty, just gotta work, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm starting to think that there it is. Ugly, but I'll take a flapper wheel when it cools down and clean it all up. We got 2 more. That was an experiment, so. But I think on the next one, I'll just go ahead and put flux on it and use grade 5 silver solder, because then when you put the flux on the 2 pieces and sand it with a piece of Scotch-Brite or sandpaper, you put that together and get it real hot, then you just touch it with the grade 5 and the grade 5 will just find the crack. But that'll work too. There we go.